Hello everyone, hello everybody, this is 41 Solstice 25, Winter Solstice 8, and how are you today? Well, personally, I am quite happy. I am quite satisfied. We have a whole map going on, a whole newer map in an update. So this is in the storyline of, I can't see my thing like this. In the storyline, this is the Rising of Flames bit of the Living World Season 3. Episode 2, basically. Besides that, you've probably noticed I've changed the hair and such of my character. I did that with a makeover kit I got a little while ago. I think I'll go this way, actually. So, given by its name, Ember Bay has a lot of fire, a lot of lava, a lot of things that hurt and want to kill you. Even if they don't actually think. And something else they have is repeatable quests. Like, let's actually go to an area to better describe that. You have a carnival here, but this isn't what we were going to over here. Though carnivals are nice, generally. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I actually have a bit of a cold. Now I believe I'm actually lagging now. Interesting. Well then. I say. Here's what the loading screen, I guess, looks like. Pretty cool. Speaks a lot of fire and magic and evil. So, yeah. Okay, let's try that again. Whee! Whee! Now for those of you who were paying attention closely, maybe even froze the frames or something, there was actually a player back there I could attack. Now that's actually to do with a certain armor a player can find here and wear temporarily. So this armor is like used for like a safety recognition to basically safely walk inside of this place. So that's what that's about. Oh, someone got the lava skull backpack. I intend to get that sometime. I've personally gone through most of the achievements here, but there's a handful I haven't quite gotten. Like this one for the sentient aberration. Takes 25 dragonite and imperial fragments into it. And that should give you something for it. Realistically. And this, just completing this would give me basically a shoulder piece I don't have yet. Now I could get ahead of this with my world versus world reward tracks. Like there's actually a reward track for this place, Ember Bay, pretty self-explanatory. And I could select a shoulder piece in here. I already have the helm piece, which I believe came from an achievement in the actual story instances. Like I don't know why we're actually able to, why we're getting story quests in the actual open like this, but perfectly fine with that. So over here by this vista, actually just past it, is a jumping puzzle to this place. It's called the Chalice of Tears. Now let me tell you, it's quite fitting. And I would say it's quite well earned. So actually get into there. First is what Dolphy would recommend. I come from here, and this makes my life easier. You invis here, and you make your way to this side of the skull. Then there's this little hole here, where you can skip a decent little bit. You want to aim for this side, because that just makes your life easier. Then there's a lot of these lava elementals inside that like to pick on you, because you're more burnable than them. And this is just the beginning of this. And I am doing poor at this right now. Okay, I got that. Let's just set this up. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Oh, right, I actually should set this up. Otherwise, this will hurt a lot more. And it has been sorted out that the healing skill basically turns damage into healing, so yeah. Aim for this area now. Just gonna kill these guys. Made it out alive. You guys probably thought I was about to die, didn't you? Don't even pretend. I mean, I didn't exactly intend this character as like a defensive build, so it's okay, I thought so too. Now I could have actually gone around that corner and would have been much safer. And this is the direction a player wants to go if they do this jumping puzzle. Oh. And there is a random few occurrences where the player might just not catch fire on some of these spots, but the chances are quite considerably higher that they will. Oh, by the way, up here is a checkpoint where that steam is. If you like see steam like this, it's a checkpoint. So if you do happen to die in here, that's the almighty beautiful thing of this place. There is checkpoints. They've made it so difficult that they've included checkpoints for the player. They knew exactly what I needed. Ah! Minus the countless slippery surfaces that is so easy to find and fall off of. Like, oh man, I can't even count how many times I've fallen off just because of that. And after that, you mainly want to go this way. Now, notably, there is actually stuff that way. There is a chest that way. that if you watch the video by Dolphy, you're going to miss it. Now obviously, since it's the early on chest, it doesn't really matter up to much. But then from there, where I was just at, you want to glide out this way, and then this just gets annoying. Oh, and around that corner to the left is a Mersat token. I found it on accident, really. Now, if I could just get on this. It's never just an easy shot for me in this. Then you want to go in this eye socket, climb as high as you can, even if you have to take lava to get there. Then you want to glide from here into this horn. And from this horn, you want to glide to here, climb up here, climb up to the other side of this, and you want to hug this lower bit before you do something like this and possibly fail. Like, that's one of the few glidings I have the hardest time doing. Now, since we failed at such a reasonable location, let's get this chest, just because we're here. Just why not? Like, we're there, why not? Usually I would be sporting my like shield or something, but I will want range for this mainly. Just because like most of the enemies here take range to actually physically hit, so. Now up ahead, I could basically just hit most of them up close and personal, but there's no point for me to do that since I have nothing to actually do over there. One could argue with enough of a certain speed and appropriate methodology, you could get to like this little bit above me. It's like another little skull, but it has less merit versus the horn on it. And fortunately, I did not mess up this bit. So let me just resume in a bit. Okay, so I made it to this chest now, which is chest number dos, number 2. Now this can be annoying for the player to try to make, but it is pretty doable. You basically just need to jump glide into this. It's like a little turny thing. Ow. I say, rude. But after that, you're basically at this next checkpoint. And I'm lagging. Oh, did I kill it? Interesting. Huh, I never noticed that chest there. Oh man, I realize this now. Some people probably go this way just for that chest. Oh wait, it's just below that? In that case... I knew it. I had a feeling I was gonna get nailed by that one. Okay, so from this rock, you want to wait till that lava stops. Like about now-ish. It'll blow up in front of me, but it won't hit me. And I jumped off too soon, apparently. And by too soon, I mean too far back on this. By just barely. And you also want to actually aim for this bit too. Not just anywhere. That specific bit. And you want to try to like follow these edges, otherwise you're going to probably slip off. Now, in the name of progression, it is recommended that you do what I do right here. Scratch that. Not like what I do. Absolutely not like what I do. Okay. Yeah, just sort of follow this and you shouldn't fall off as much. And you should make it up a lot better. Yeah, we want this checkpoint up here. We want it bad. It's our checkpoint and we want it now. I personally haven't gone for this chest over here before, so I'm curious how you actually get there. Wait, what? Is this where I think it is? Yes, it is, actually. On second thought, it's probably a chest I have. And I just didn't realize where it actually was on the map. Okay. We want to cross this eyeball. And we want to wait when that's not going, I believe it was. And then glide. Top of this horn to this point, and then we go around this corner. It all sounds so very specific, I'm sure, to a lot of you, but let me tell you, all the little details actually make a difference. Like, when you actually go through with all the little details, it helps out so much. Like, it's baffling how much it helps out. Like, around that corner to up that to up here, and then basically glide around this corner, hug the wall. And this is the next chest. I believe this is actually the last chest till the big one. I didn't fall, okay. Now at this part we glide to around here, and from there we jump up to there with a gliding. With less fail. Actually, I think I seen... I messed up. Let's die. This is the beauty of the checkpoints. Now, for the most part, if you fall from those heights and die, you don't suffer any equipment damage. But if you suffer a death that has some ties to these frickin' fiery slugs of torment, then you are going to have a bad time with your armor. No! Why? Look, you guys, I totally made it. I did not totally lag a bit and then just magically get sped exactly where I needed to be when I logged back in. I totally made that first try. Don't know how I did it a little bit over, but I'm so glad it worked. But yeah, now we got this checkpoint here. Or at least I'm hoping it still counts as a checkpoint after what had just occurred. I mean, nothing has occurred. Absolutely nothing. Are you implying things? Are you a no good implying person? How dare you? Could have sworn I could go higher than this. Yeah, we want to go to there, and then here. Then we're just gonna mountain goat our way up to the top of this. And then we're gonna fly. That's right, you guys. Fly around this corner like Superman or something. Then we're gonna just mountain goat our way up here. Now this one's a little tricky. All the mountain goats know you have to be around here-ish to get into this a little bit. And usually you want to be doing the little glide jumpy thing. Because everyone knows mountain goats totally can fly. Just takes a little bit of frustration. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of frustration, a little bit more mountain climbing, and a little less burning. Now, once you're actually up there, it's good to jump forward once for good measure. Then from there you can just jump up and move to the left a bit and you're up here basically. Then you want to jump into this and jump up once here. You're on top of this bit. And then you basically want to burrow your face right here before moving on. And there you go. And from here we're going up. And more annoyingly up. Like, let me show you. You can actually stand on this. Not sure why, but you can. Like, I thought it was too sharp of an edge or something. But then we want to be about here. And glide to there with less fail. But since we did fail, we need to learn from this past failure of hugging the wall too tightly. The wall can't breathe, and he wants to let you know he can't breathe. You need to give him that oxygen that he deserves and needs to live. Right here, it wasn't too tight on him, but up ahead, it can be. Now, something worth noting is you want to be careful where you fall in this place, because some places you won't get back out. After not suffocating the wall and getting on top of him, that's what she said. You want to climb at the very tippy top of that and glide around to this side. Get yourself a little higher. And then we're gonna do even more turny stuff and get on top of this bit. Get on here. Get on there. Get on there. And there. And finally here. Now I know what you're thinking. We're on top of the world, right? Wrong. That's on top of the world right there. That dot. That enemy. Now you're probably thinking, what are we gonna do about it? We're going to go there. And there's a reason why I said that. You'll see in a sec. Now we want to go for this side, but as close to this as we can. The one place we don't want to be is lower than this point. It's the place we don't want to be. If we do go lower than that point, we're going to have a bad time. Okay, got up to this bit. Now this jump is difficult. Very, very difficult. What I recommend to do it is, if you can, you want to use a leap skill. You want to use a leap skill. If you don't use a leap skill, you may have a bad time. You want to aim for about the edge of it with your leap skill. And I just completely fell. This is entirely bad, because I cannot physically get any higher than this. Or at least not that I've personally seen. Otherwise that would have been just doable from right here or something. I have to go all the way back. Now some of you are probably thinking, you could just use your checkpoint. I don't know if I can use my checkpoint. There's one way to find out, and that's basically a risk to take. I'm checking to see if there's a half-decent method of just approaching a better sense of higher ground back towards where I was. Now, seeing this area here scares me. Now, I feel like, yes, this can be climbed back. I gotta figure out where that previous checkpoint was. I think it was actually on the other side of this wall. This is a pit I don't want to fall into. It's absolutely a pit I don't want to fall into. I don't want to find out and learn what is below it. Actually, I'm pretty sure the checkpoint isn't over here. It's somewhere else. This is just the other frickin'... This is scary. See, I wish they didn't have it where you actually needed to take the checkpoints here. In case of stuff like my scenario. back. No! Is this where I think it is? We'll use it. Well, we're already down here. Let's find out. Yep. Yeah, I think I'm done with this for now. So besides a PvP arena that I think I'm too laggy to really jump into for recording right now, my scribe has become level 250 basically in scribing, which is one hell of a thing for me personally, because that's a lot of a way. And I find I am finally able to craft platinum bars. Platinum ingots, I mean. Just finally. So yeah, that basically covers what I can for this update. I'm 41 Celsius 25, Winter Solstice 8, and oh, excuse me. Have a good day. Bye bye.